Okay, so I want to give you a little bit of a primer on what to do for your land planning submittal. What I see is so far some people are just doing a duplicate of the sample that I provided, and that's not what this course is about. It's there to give you an idea about what it should look like, but you are to do your own design and land planning submittal. This unit has a different focus than it did last year. Last year it was on rental. This year it's on ownership. So you need to reflect that. And so reproducing the drawings that were already there is not quite what we're looking for. So let me look at this really quick. I'm going to set my units here in AutoCAD to be civil. So units, decimal feet. I can change this to my surveyor's units. Go to feet and inches. Okay, and your job is to read the assessor's layout and actually draw the thing. If you need to trace it, you can, but ideally you're going to draw it. So I'm going to draw it. This is from where I'm at, 491 feet. And it's something like 1 degree, 53 minutes, 30 seconds to the east. Let's see what went wrong there. From where I'm at. Oops, that's what went wrong. At 491 feet at an angle 1 degree. Actually should be, south 1 degree. 53 minutes, 30 seconds to the east. Something sort of like that. And then it went due west for something like, I don't remember how far it went, but I'm going to make it something like 75 feet. I bet you it's more than that, but that's okay. And then, you're supposed to really draw it, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. Now, there's one interesting thing up at the top is it says that there's an arc subtended by something. And so when it's subtended, what you do is you draw the chord and then you use the arc start end radius. Start end, and I think the radius was something like 54 feet. And then you draw this thing. So that's not exactly what the site looks like, but you have to draw it yourself. So now you've got a site. Looks like it's a little bit, I'm going to stretch it out just a little bit because I think maybe it looked something sort of like that. Who knows? But now your job, you can put your existing in here. You can go on and you can say, well, I know that there's a building right over here and that there's a road that sort of goes like this, 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 this. And you can go P at it because you guys are all AutoCAD professionals. And you can spline that so that it's curved. And you can even put in all your trees and stuff like that. But there's your start of it right there. And you can check the area. I just typed area. And I'm just going to get close to the area. Oops, I missed a spot up there. Area. And enter. And so that gives me 73,750. So I know that that's actually probably a little bit too big, actually. So, but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to draw it. Now, there's an existing site here, but the project is to subdivide this. So I don't want to hear about rentals and maximizing the rental and things like that. you're going to subdivide this into 4 ownership units, and you need to keep that in mind as you do your submittals. Few people did a very, very good job with that, but you need to make sure that you're talking about subdividing this into 4 lots. And you have to think about whether you're going to make them 4 equal size lots and just make the building pad smaller, because remember, 2 of these are going to be sold at 75% of the median, and 2 are going to be sold at 125% of the median house price. Not rental cost, not income. It's house price. And the way you do that is you either minimize the building pad or minimize the property size that will reduce the building pad. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to make up, just for now, that I'm going to make it 4 equal lots. The first thing I need to do is realize that I'm going to have some sort of a road. So I'm going to make a 25-foot road down this thing. And now I'm going to divide this line into 4 pieces. That's called the divide command. Divide the road into 4 segments. And then if I turn my nodes on, and so these are all things that you've probably learned, but seen, but not remembered. So now I can draw a line from my node. Bink, there's a node, perpendicular to here. Come on, perpendicular, come up. There it is. There, and that becomes a lot, and now I can copy to the nodes. There we go. And if I want this end lot to be a little bit bigger, I can take my road and only run it that far. So this one automatically becomes a little bit bigger. And maybe I even want to make these 2 middle ones a little bit smaller. So I'll do another offset of 20 feet, maybe. And so maybe that's how I develop my lot sizes that I'm going to propose. And you can see I've got 2 large lots and I have 2 small lots to work with. Okay, and I have a right-of-way. And so I'll have to know that I'm going to demolish this road and make a new road and things like that. And that's your job in the planning packet, is to start with something very, very simple like this. And now I've got 4 areas, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 lots. Lot number 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of which are a little bit bigger. And I can start doing my magic with that. Okay? And so I want to see something like this. I do not want to see a duplicate of the sample that I provided to you. We did duplications in units number 1 and number 2. And so on this one, I need to see your work on your design. Okay? So I hope that helps a little bit. Because now I can figure out my building pad areas, right? I have some offsets. Let's put in a 20-foot offset for the front there. So that would be for parking and stuff like that. Maybe offsets of 10 feet side and rear. And probably an offset of 20 or 30 on this front side here. So this gives you areas to work with that you can do percentage of your building pad size, right? You can find areas of each of these. That's the area command of, say, my small lot. Well, I can take the whole thing too, but I'm going to take the area, that area. And that's 7,878. that you can see down here. So my maximum buildings pad would be 60% of that. 7878 times 0.6. And that would be my max building pad. Of course, that's huge. And you might want to say, no, this is sort of a rural area. I'm going to take a 30% or a 25% as my actual building pad size. Or you can just say how big your building pad is going to be based on the cost of the house you're going to build, right? How would you do that? Okay, let's say the median, I'm just going to take a guess here. Let's just say the median for this area is $325,000. So 75% of that, I did the wrong thing there. $325,000 for a median times 0.75. You want $243,000 home. That's what you need to do. Now, if it's $150 per square feet, if I divide that by 150, that gives me a 1,625 square foot home. So if I want that all to be building pad, now remember the garage does not count. So I have to add 400 to that. So I'm going to have a 2,000 square foot. So if I want that 2,000 to make it a square, 44 and a half foot square. So I can just come to here and write my thing from where I'm at. I'm going to make it 45 by 45. So I'm in the middle of a command. Here we go. Rectangle from where I'm at, 45 by 45. That's my building pad right there. And I'm thinking, boy, this is going to give me a lot. Copy. There. And I don't have to say exactly where it is, but I might want to if I'm going to try to save certain numbers of trees. Okay, depending on where the trees are and what you want to do, you could bring these kind of close to each other. Or if you want this person to have sort of more privacy, okay, you would bring this way and this way so that your two big lots have a little more privacy. You still got a lot of room in between these. So now what do I do with my other lot? My other ones are 325,000 times 1.25. Ooh, that's 406,000. And maybe you want these ones to be maybe a little bit more expensive per square foot. So you can take basically all sorts of liberties with what you do here. Now I'm going to put one in that's going to be more like 175 per square foot because I want more amenities. I want marble countertops and tile floors and fancy doorknobs and things like that. That my other one at 150 is still coming out pretty good. Okay, but I'm going to now divide this by 175. I still get a 2,000 plus 400 for the garage, 2-car garage. Maybe I want a 3-car garage. 2750 so it's 50 by 50. So on this one, this one I can keep as is, or I can renovate it and make it larger. But down here, for sure, I'm going to say from where I'm at, 50 by 50. Okay, and maybe, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at this that much, but maybe I'm going to put it a little bit more like this. So there's a lot of area that I can landscape with respect. This is, remember, 20, 34. This is a long way from the road. Okay, but I'm more likely to want this to be far away from the road than I do far away from some quiet neighbors, especially if this one gets moved down this way a little bit and this one gets moved this way a little bit. And this one, now this one can be upgraded to be larger, or maybe this is one of the ones that you keep as small, right? If you feel like it, you can move this one down here and delete that. And now this can become one of your large ones. And you can move this over to here and make it a 50 by 50. Kind of up to you how you want to arrange this out. Okay, that's got a lot of room in between things. This is where I'm expecting you to do your own individual work to set this up. Okay, and you can see then everything will come off of this pretty quickly. So there you go. There's a quick hint on how to proceed with this a little bit more. And you should have plenty of time to do this. This is really a couple of hours worth of work, some thinking it through. You already know how to do your drawings. All your drawings will pop off of this, even if you want to do it in Revit. But I would like to see you develop your project plan rather than copying one that doesn't match the plan.